Hobbii, what were you thinking? Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Erica and you are at the Lopsided Crafter Loom Knitting channel. You can find me on all the socials as the Lopsided Crafter or Lopsided Crafter. We do have our own website, thelopsidedcrafter.com, as well as a Facebook group that will all be linked below. Any channels or anything that I discuss fiber related will also be linked below. This is not a regularly scheduled video. This is something that kind of broke the internet here recently, and I decided that I wanted to talk about it as well. For those of you that do not know, Hobbii is a Danish yarn company located in Copenhagen, Denmark. They have been around for quite a while and have some very great affordable yarns, from varying weight all the way up to super bulky. I have used many of their yarns over the years, whether it was for crochet related or for loom knitting. But they made a recent post on their LinkedIn page about integrating AI into their company. Now, don't get me wrong. I think AI is okay in certain elements, like maybe as a, you type in a sentence or a phrase to kind of get you started on your talking points or something like that, or an idea, maybe help you build a schedule or something to that effect. But to use AI completely as a marketing tactic for not only your social media, but for pictures of your yarn, I can't get behind that. I just can't. So I'm going to read to you the LinkedIn post, and it's going to be over here off to the side of my screen, but I'm also going to copy and paste it here in the video so that you can read along if you like. It says, "Let's be honest. Nobody has 100% control over AI. Is this image AI? No doubt about it." So they're going to talk, they're talking about the picture that I'm going to show you on the next slide. "At Hobbii, we use AI a lot. It has clear perks, like saving our tech team from long, awkward photo shoots. Even if the consequence is a photo that looks a bit more staged than casual, it hopefully gets the job done." So you can tell right here that even this post is AI generated. Beyond the quick wins and the fun images, there's a real conversation to be had. Right now, the industry narrative is obsessed with convenience, faster, cheaper, and automated. No, we'll get back to that. But at what cost? As we integrate LLMs deeper into our tech stacks, we're facing a shift that almost corporate posts ignore: the steady trade-off between scaling and sovereignty. At Hobbii, we're constantly navigating three conflicting perspectives: the excitement of building and playing with new possibilities, the strategic concern over losing control of our own data foundations, the human question: what does this do to our autonomy and how we develop knowledge? There are no easy answers or polished slides for this. That's why, and then they go on to say, you can join their CTO if you have any more questions on this live thing that they're going to do on June 4th. And the picture here shows the CTO in an AI generated photo. Okay, here's the thing. We're going to go back to that one sentence. Right now, the industry narrative is obsessed with convenience. Faster, cheaper, and automated. But at what cost? Right. So you tell me, Hobbii, at what cost? As a fiber artist, somebody who makes things with their hands, that is a slow process. There is nothing about that that is faster. Okay, maybe cheaper because it depends on what fiber you're using. And it's definitely not automated. I think Hobbii has really put themselves into a very bad downward spiral with making this post. But here's something else. It was made on LinkedIn. It wasn't made on Instagram. It wasn't made on Facebook. It wasn't made on TikTok. Did they think that it was going to be hidden and that nobody would see it because they did it on LinkedIn? I don't know. I have to think that is what really truly happened. AI has been integrated into the fiber world way too much. I haven't seen it much on the loom knitting side. And I'm wondering if it's because there aren't a lot of loom knitting patterns out. I did recently see it in a Facebook group. I will not say the name of the group, and I will not say the name of the poster. But recently somebody in a Facebook group posted a pattern that they generated themselves in ChatGPT and was making a sock with that generated pattern. And they posted that pattern to this group. Now, she did say that it was AI, but it was horrible. I do not know how in the world anybody could interpret those directions. It was just atrocious. And the post actually got pretty nasty with some of the comments. And not from the other people in the group. They were just like, why would you do this? Why are you letting AI do things like this? And she just got really nasty. That is the only time that I've really seen it integrated into the loom knitting side. Now on the crochet side and the knitting side, it is horrible. There are all kinds of people, designers, well-known designers. And if you don't know a lot about designing a project, whether it's crochet, loom knitting, whatever, it takes a lot of time to design something. You've got to work out how much yarn you're going to use. You've got to make the project. Then you've got to take it off and figure out exactly how much yarn you used, especially if it's more than one color. You got to kind of get all that information. And then it takes time to write the pattern. It's not like a quick one-day process. It takes time. And so when you have somebody take your picture of something that you have designed and put it into AI and say, hey, make this pattern, write this pattern for me, that hurts our community. That hurts that designer. I do not know this personally, but I have read on Reddit and Craftsnark that Hobbii laid off all of their designers. So what does that mean? Does that mean that the new patterns going forward are also going to be AI generated? There are several books on Amazon, and there are several patterns on Etsy that are AI generated. And what hurts us is because you can look at that picture and you think, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I want to make this elephant plushie, for example, for crochet. And you buy the pattern, not knowing that it's AI. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Other times, I mean, you can just look right at it and say, oh yeah, that's most definitely AI. But say you don't know, and then you buy this pattern, and instead of the trunk coming off of the front of the head like it's supposed to, it's telling you to put it over here. So these people are making money with AI generated patterns. And then on the flip side of that, you could have an actual picture of somebody else's design in the heading and in the listing, thinking that you are buying from that person, and it's an AI generated pattern, and it's horrible. It's really truly hurting our industry. I saw on a recent video by the Faded Wildflower Crochet, she mentioned that her husband worked in IT, and AI stands for artificial intelligence. But if you take the I out of it, it's artificial, and intelligence can't be artificial. I thought that was a very eye-opening way to think about it. Again, I have not seen it much in the loom knitting community, but as a whole, I can no longer get behind supporting Hobbii. There are a lot of designers that use Hobbii. They're real big with them right now. So I'm interested to see what their mindset is going to be. Have you used Hobbii yarn? Do you like Hobbii yarn? Um, Unfortunately, I mean, I've got a lot of Hobbii in my stash, so it will just have to be stuff that I make for myself. I am not going to be using their yarn for any more of my upcoming designs because, number one, I don't want to support a company that does that. And number two, I don't want them to think because I'm using their yarn as a, from a design process, that they have my permission to regenerate my pattern, and I just can't get behind it. Not that they would. I don't know that they would, but I'm not even going to take that chance. I'm going to go over here now to Reddit, and I'm going to read you some of those comments because they are wild. Time to cash my points in and never buy from them again. I find it especially disgusting when companies selling to other artists literally turn around and then screw them over by using AI, and then proceed to unapologetically defend that choice. I'm so tired of seeing AI text everywhere and images, and everything looks the same. It makes me want to crawl in a hole and never come out. So that kind of reminds me of a recent crochet dress that kind of went viral as well. I'm not doing deep investigation into this because I'm sure Aspen in the Moment will probably do a very, very deep dive investigation into this. If you have not watched their channel, you definitely need to do that. They go into really deep dive investigation things as far as fiber related. I will tag that channel below. But yeah, AI has just really taken the world by storm. And as I've said, I think that maybe in certain circumstances it might be okay, but fiber related, absolutely not. Absolutely not. What are your thoughts? Have you bought from Hobbii? Do you, I mean, I really hate to talk down about their yarn because I loved their yarn. But I don't see any coming back from this. I think that they have joined the other fiber companies that are going to go downhill because they were never owned by a person that had any interest in the fiber world anyway. They were one of those corporate entities that just bought out, your profit sharing people that just bought out a company, which is what happened to Joann's. Michael's is like that now. Jimmy Bean's Wool, I believe, is part of one. I also think that Nitpicks is now as well. They've taken out the person, and these equity groups are just coming in and buying up all of these companies and trying to do things that just do not bide well in the fiber world. So what are we going to do? I'm not sure what we're going to do, honestly, because I think it's probably, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, it's going to come down to local yarn stores. The fortunate part about local yarn stores is, that those are pretty much all run by local people, and they're buying from trusted brands. A lot of hand dyers and things like that. The unfortunate part to that is it's not in everybody's economical package, if you will. There are some very expensive yarns at a local yarn store. I myself do not want to spend $400 or $500 on yarn to make a blanket. So then that leads us back to, well, then really the only thing that could be left at this point is Yarnspirations, which is the big company that owns all, the big umbrella that owns Red Heart, Karen, all of that. So I don't know what is going to happen. I feared when Joann's went out of business that it was just going to be a trickle, and it's coming. I believe it is coming. But I think Hobbii did this to themselves. They just, I don't know. I think they really, really missed the mark on this one. So I know this video kind of went all over and in every different direction. So I think that's about it. Like I said, I know it's kind of went every which direction. This was not a planned video. But I felt like I needed to get on here and talk about it because, like I said, I have not seen it much in the loom knitting side. So if you don't knit or crochet, you may not know much about, you might not have heard much about AI coming into the fiber world. Because like I said, I haven't seen it much on the loom knitting side. But we don't want it to come here either. So that's about all I've got for you today. But I want to know, before you go, what were you doing while watching this video? Were you drinking a cup of coffee? Maybe a hot glass of tea? I don't know. Maybe it was a hot cup of tea. Were you drinking a nice ice cold diet soda? What were you doing? Were you working on a project while listening to me in the background? If you are, hi, I'm still here. Or maybe you were just sitting here watching and enjoying the moment. Whatever it was, let me know below. Also, let me know below, have you experienced AI in the fiber world? What were your experiences if you have? And until next time, stay happy, stay cozy, and may all your socks find their matches. Happy looming. Bye.